This is question 22 in section 9.8. We are given, it's a square pyramid, okay? So I'm drawing my base here, and we can put a single point above the top, and we can connect these sides together. Really important to be able to sketch these things. It says that all of the edge lengths are 6. Let me check that. It says, 4 equilateral triangles in a square. Each of the sides is 6, okay? So the base is a 6 by 6. We've got 6s, all of these things. We need the altitude and we need the slant height, okay? So a couple of things here. We can draw in the, you know what, the slant height's actually going to be faster because the slant height, of course, is going to go right there, okay? If you didn't watch the other video, one of the things that I really advocate in three-dimensional problems is drawing faces separately. And so if you draw this face right here, for example, it's just a 6 by 6 equilateral triangle. Okay, remember equilateral triangles have 60-degree angles, so this slant height is really the altitude of an equilateral triangle. It's going to make a little 30, 60, 90 triangles, okay? This side is 3. Remember, the short leg is half the length of the hypotenuse. We can see that because it's coming from an equilateral triangle. So it's 3, 6, and it's 3 radical 3, okay? So we've got a 3 radical 3 on that side. Now we want the altitude of our pyramid, okay? The altitude, of course, is going to go from the top down to the middle of the base. And again, the idea here is to make a right triangle. And because I already found the slant height, I'm going to make my right triangle right here. And once again, I'm going to draw that triangle separately, kind of try to simplify things down. So if you look here, I know this whole side is 6, so this side here is going to be 3. What I've got here is a triangle with a side length of 3 and a 3 radical 3. And again, be careful about assuming that it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. Sometimes we see a 3 and a 3 radical 3 and we're thinking, oh, the other length is 6. But 6 is larger than 3 radical 3. It would not be the middle side of the triangle. So although we have two numbers that look like they're sides of a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the 3 radical 3 would need to be on the leg side, and it's not, okay? So we're going to have to do the Pythagorean Theorem here. X squared plus 3 squared is equal to 3 radical 3 squared. That's x squared plus 9 is equal, let's see, 3 squared is 9, radical 3 squared is 3, 9 times 3 is 27, okay? So we get x squared is equal to 18. Square root of 18, remember it breaks down to the square root of 9 times square root of 2. 3 radical 2 looks like it's going to be our altitude with the slant height being 3 radical 3. By the way, that's not the only way to do this problem. Those of you who are good at visualizing these things might have noticed another right triangle. If you had not found the slant height first, and I just noticed that it would be a little bit easier, based off the original measurements you had, you know what, I'm just going to redraw this. Based off the original measurements you had, so you've got a base, you've got a single point up here where the sides meet. Remember, all the side lengths were 6. So you could have actually drawn an altitude in here, and you could have drawn a triangle right here. Okay, remember, we know the side lengths of the triangle are 6. We know that edge was 6. We're trying to find that height right there. We need that length right there. And you know, you may be looking at this saying, well, we don't know that length right there. But we really can find that length very easily. The base is a square, okay? This length right here is going from the center to the vertex of a square, okay? That's half of the diagonal of a square. Okay, remember, squares break into little 30, 60, 90 triangles. That's why we did so much work with these things. That whole length there would be 6 radical 2. That should be straight, okay? So half of that length would be 3 radical 2. And then you could go through and you could find the altitude there. Let's try that. So x squared plus 3 radical 2 squared is equal to 6 squared is 36. You're going to get x squared plus, let's see, it's 9 times 2 is 18 is equal to 36. And notice, you get the same square root of 18 that we got doing the other problem. So, you know, one of the really important testing strategies, if you can do a problem more than one way and get the same answer, you can be really, really confident that your answer is right. So just from a standpoint of being able to visualize things differently and having different options to solve, from a standpoint of being able to do a problem in multiple ways, always good when you have those options. So I hope that helped on number 22.